Welcome students, myself Amrita Jaiswal, Assistant Professor, James Jaipur. Today in this video we will be talking about what is brand architecture and different aspects of brand architecture. But before dwelling into what is brand architecture, let's try to understand why it came to existence or why it was needed in the first place. So let's begin. In earlier times, brand managers dealt with simple brand structures, mostly linear in nature, with few sub-brands or endorsed brands because of the simple business environment and simple business strategies. For example, let's take Tata for that matter. So Tata in earlier times were only producing steel, and gradually after some time they introduced different products in different categories and also launched brands and sub-brands. So the situation today is far more complex and different. There is intense market fragmentation, different channel strategies, frequent changing business scenarios, aggressive brand extensions, multiple sub-brands. So these set of challenges has created a new discipline known as brand architecture. A clear brand architecture leads to clarity, brings synergies, and leverages brand equity. It helps in creating brand building process. At the same time, it also helps in managing conflicting brand strategies. So now try to understand what is brand architecture. So basically it is about family. When multiple brands are owned by the same company, the relationship between them is known as brand architecture or brand hierarchy. It refers to the relationship of the sub brands to the master brand or the parent brands as well as to one another. Sub brands are the small divisions of the master brand that can be whole company or individual products or services. So it tried to establish brand portfolio structures that specify brand roles and also nature of relationship that exists amongst different brands. So one way to visualize is through a family tree analogy. Let's try to understand. So as you can see in the slide that there is a family tree. Okay. On the top we have grandparents and down the line we have parents, uncle, aunt and you and your siblings and your cousins. So let's say that you are a graduating student and your family tree consists of your grandparents, your parents, and your siblings. Your family tree could be represented like this as you can see on the screen. Brand architecture is just like the family tree, wherein you specify the master brand similar to your grandparents and move downwards by drawing its relations with other brands and their interpersonal relations as well. Everyone on that tree is unique but also related in some or the other way. All right. So everyone in this family tree, they have their own identity. All right. They have their own personality and different characteristics at the same time. So similarly, a brand architecture family tree might look like this, as you can see on the screen. Okay. So on the top, you have a corporate brand that represents the overarching brand for the company. Underneath master brand or the parent brand are three different brands, each representing a different product or service offered by the company. Brand A, brand B, brand C. Additionally, brand B has a sub-brand that is D. So just like in a family tree, the relationship between the brands are important. For example, if brand A is known for its high-end luxury products, brand B is known for its budget-friendly options. It is very much important to make these things clear in the minds of the consumers. Okay, because this establishes the reputation of the company. On the other hand, if the company clearly communicates the relationship between these brands, for example, brand A is the luxury arm of the company, wherein brand B is for budget conscious consumers. It helps consumers to make informed decisions and build brand loyalty. So you can also understand brand architecture when you are reading about organizational structure. You'll find that there are certain hierarchies. There are hierarchies of manager, there are hierarchy of executives. Okay. So similarly, that kind of relationship is also exists among different brands and sub-brands in parent company. So brand architecture can influence customer behavior, present depth of your brand portfolio, and play a role in how consumers view your company's products. This makes brand architecture key component in establishing brand equity and brand positioning within the parent company. So in the previous slides, you learned that in a family tree, there are different members having different personality. Okay. Similarly, in a brand architecture, there are different components. Okay. There is master brand, there is sub brand, and there is brand extension. So let's try to understand each one of them, starting with what is master brand. So master brand is the top level corporate brand, also called the parent brand, which encapsulates all the offerings of the company. Usually, the parent's company brand name forms the master brand. For example, you can see in here on the slide Procter and Gamble, Unilever, Alphabet Incorporations. These all are master brands. Okay. Underneath, there are several brands, sub-brands exist. Now coming to what is sub-brand? A sub-brand is a product or service brand which is affiliated with the parent brand but has its own brand name and identity. So as you can see on the screen that I have mentioned, examples like Gillette, Head and Shoulders, Dove, and Maggie. So all these different brands have their own unique brand image. Okay, they have their own unique selling proposition. All right, and they are distinct from one another, even distinct from the parent brand. Okay, now coming to the brand extension. What is brand extension? Brand extension refers to the process of using established branding on new products to increase sales. All right. So, a brand extension involves basically expanding the company into new product categories where it is lesser known. For example, Colgate started making toothpaste and only later some time it introduced its toothbrushes and also mouthwashes. Consider that there's established motorcycle manufacturing company has now entered into a new domain of bicycle manufacturing. Okay, so now you understand what is brand extension. In this slide, I have given Dyson vacuum cleaners. So everyone knows about Dyson, right? Dyson is known for its vacuum cleaners. And only after some time, they have introduced their new product category, which was hair dryers. All right. So these are the different components of brand architecture, and we will be covering later more in the next class. Thank you so much.